This is one of the most popular two-story floor plans right now in Kansas City. This is the McKenna 1 by Gabriel Homes, 4-bedroom, 3.5 bathrooms, 2,893 square feet. This house is a model home here in Southern Meadows, sits on just over half an acre and priced at $815,172.
Jordan, I know your favorite is really these glass framed garage doors. Pretty neat look.
Yeah, so I think, Gabriel did an awesome job with this model. I love the cedar accent, all the glass in the front. You've got the dry stacked stone, all these columns around the front porch. Look at these overhangs, Nick. Look how big these overhangs are. You have the recessed lights down here. I mean, this is a really awesome look, I think.
And one other thing, a big thing we talk about, we've got the black windows. They look really neat, but one of the best parts of this plan, it's not just the upgraded landscaping package they did. It's gotta be this front porch. They do it so well. There's a ton of space there, and the French doors look absolutely beautiful, very heavy duty.
They are heavy, man. I mean, you gotta kind of push when you swing those things over.
And then you've got the tongue and groove up
cedar
top. But if we haven't met yet, my name's Nick. I'm behind the camera.
My name's Jordan.
We help people buy and build new homes in Kansas City. Big thank you to Gabriel Homes for letting us tour this one. Also, big thank you to Liz and Jamie, the on-site agents. Their info will be down in the description. Let's take a look, Jordan.
Yeah, let's check it out.
We did set off the alarm, so it was very, very, very loud, but
ears are still ringing.
Ears are still ringing, but we're gonna swing around to the main floor. I'll give you a little sneak peek, and then Jordan's gonna show you probably one of his favorite entries that we've seen recently. Take it away, Jordan.
Yeah, so I am loving the French doors, all the glass.
Take your shoes off.
All right.
All right, we had to take our shoes off out of respect for the builder and the agents here, but Jordan, take it away.
All right, so you've got the wide entry, foyer, French doors with all the glass. I absolutely love this look. It just reminds me of, I don't know, something old back in the day, something classic.
No, it looks really good. And one thing I want to point out is on the outside, there was a lot of reflective, it looks like film. So on the outside, you can't really see in, but I know that question will come up. Like, do I really want my whole living room exposed to? They've got some protective film on the outside, so you got a little privacy there. You do have the trim wall up top.
Yep, you've got the 1-bys all trimmed out. And then, we just did the McKenna at Boulder Creek, and he had the same doors in that office, right? So you've got these double doors, going into your office right off the entryway, beautiful built-ins, floating shelves, shiplap. You've got recessed lights up there, Nick. No chandelier.
And then you've also got the casement windows there.
Yeah, casement windows, almost floor to ceiling, right? And then crown molding too.
Yeah. Now, I had some clients in town a few weeks ago. We took a look at this one. All of these different models that Gabriel Homes does, you'll oftentimes see different designs. So the previous one we did, we'll show you what that office looked like, but they can certainly do built-in desk. You can customize it, anything you want. That's on the table here. Now, we're gonna give you 3 things we really like about this floor plan as we walk through it. I think the entry is one, and part of that has to be this kind of built-in area right here.
Yeah, so I think that this is kind of, what's the word I want to use? Like the stamp on the McKenna, right?
Yeah,
I think this section.
You're not gonna see this in any other floor plan that we've toured recently. It was very unique to the McKenna.
Yeah, they sometimes they do the built-in buffets all the way to the ceiling with counter space. Here you've got the bar with the, the hanging shelf, right?
Yeah. And we'll put an example of their other model that we just toured. It's brand new as well. You've just got more shelving. It's not set up like a bar like this one. So you've just got your options. There's just so many different designs that you can see before building, which is nice.
Yeah, you've got tons of recessed lighting in here. I think these are 10-foot ceilings in here,
which is an upgrade. I'd almost certainly recommend it. Let's start with let's get to the kitchen in a second. I know you're excited.
I was getting excited, man.
I get it. This is one of the best kitchens. It's a big one, but
yeah. So you've got the engineered hardwoods throughout this first floor, guys. Man, you've got these floating built-ins on each side of the fireplace here, and this seems a little extra wide, doesn't it, Nick? the fireplace?
It's a good size. What I like is you've got texture on this tile back here.
Yeah, it gives it kind of a unique look.
You can see the kind of ribs there. But very cozy area for a 2-story. You've got these almost floor to ceiling windows. That whole wall is trimmed out, which is really neat. And then as we kind of pivot, we take a look at, we'll show you out back. They do a nice setup outside on their models. You got the perfect dining area, and then that leads into this huge kitchen.
Yep. So you've got the massive island with this overhang.
You got shelving on both sides.
Yeah, there's actually doors there for storage. 4 seats, extra wide. Look at all these drawers, Nick.
It's a lot of space. And one thing we talked about in the Redbud too, which is another property tour, we'll link it down below in the description. With these 2-story homes, you don't have the master on the main, so you've got a lot more space down here. The perimeter of the kitchen is huge. I mean, you just don't get kitchens that are bigger than this.
There's a ton of space. I love this herringbone tile. It's got like this glazing on it, that glossy look. And I don't know if you can tell in the video, but it's a blue with a little rust in it.
Now, Jordan, one thing that comes up, most of the time these days, especially 1.5-story, where you've got taller ceilings, it's very common to have the faucet and sink in the island. In this plan, you've got a very traditional setup.
Yeah, and what makes it a little more unique, I mean, you got 3 windows here instead of just 1, Nick. So just a ton of space in this kitchen.
And what that also means is you've got more space on the island. Of course, you can see this is an award-winning home multiple times over. They build a lot of these. They do it very, very well. I mean, customize pretty much everything.
Yeah, so you've got a big walk-in pantry. They've got the microwave in here with a little cabinet and countertop.
I actually like the granite in here. I'm not a big fan of granite, but this one I think was a really nice touch. And of course, that's the alarm that we set off earlier. Sorry to Gabriel.
Sorry, Gabriel.
The Fisher Pickel fridge, which is a very nice brand.
Do you have any idea, is that going to stay since it's here?
Yeah, that's going to stay. Built in, looks really nice. And then we've got the mud bench area here.
So off the garage entry, you've got a nice little place to sit down, hang your jackets, your coats, throw your shoes under there. You have this nice built-in, throw all your keys. And that's granite too, isn't it, Nick?
This is granite. It's very similar to what's in the pantry.
And then you also have your coat closet. Oh, cool. I didn't see this earlier, Nick. Check out this bathroom.
Yeah, you've got like a penny tile backsplash on that wall, which is pretty neat.
The entire wall.
These cabinet doors for the vanity. I think you can see that. Very custom.
Oop.
But quite a bit of texture in here. I think that's pretty, I haven't seen that before.
That's really cool. I didn't notice.
It's really neat. And then you've got the same granite right there. Well, let's take a look outside. In all of Gabriel Homes, all of their models, they do a pretty neat outdoor living setup. And these sliders that you're seeing right now, these actually have blinds built into them. Jordan, if you can, I know these always take some time.
Yeah.
A little magnet that operates them. So if you've got a dog that's just all over the place, runs into the blinds, these are nice and protected. But let's take a look outside.
What am I missing here? There's a lock somewhere, extra lock.
Yeah, actually, I think you locked it when you...
No, it was... Oh,
there we go. Technical difficulty.
All right.
Okay.
Come on out here. All right, so this kind of reminds me of the one that we saw at Boulder Creek, Nick. You've got this really oversized patio, stamped concrete that looks like rock. I mean, I think this is really cool.
Yeah, I do want to point out, Jordan, a standard patio, it's going to end at that seam right there. If you can maybe show it.
Yeah.
That's about where it would end. I almost always recommend expanding the patio because it creates a lot more space. But the one guarantee they make on concrete,
it's going to crack.
It's going to crack. So, but I also love they do the built-in fireplace. You've got a gas line out here, so
yeah, and that matches that stacked stone matches the front of the house, so that's really nice.
If you build a home, I would always recommend, it's going to cost you. It's going to be like $900, $1,200. I'd always recommend the gas line because you could put a grill out here, the fireplace, but it costs way more to do that stuff later on. But
all right,
let's head back in, and then we're getting ready to take a look at the second floor.
Yeah.
All right, so two things that I think they did really, really well so far. One, sink, it's on the perimeter, not the island. That's a much bigger deal than it seems because it's very hard to find it. I think number two, you've got the entry, the French doors. Jordan pointed that out. I also like that this corner is used. It's not just a wall. And I think that makes the whole entry, the whole living area of the home feel that much bigger. But let's come on up the stairs. I like that these are horizontal, the spindles, instead of vertical. It's a modern home. You want to see that throughout. High tread carpet, which is more durable. You do have the nice engineered hardwood floors and a half step up. Trim wall all the way up with a nice big window. And then if you've seen these models before, we do have a secret room upstairs. And what I love, they do it really well, this accent wall. We've seen it before. I'm a big fan of it. Tongue and groove, 3 light fixtures. And then of course, they love to use the corners. Usable, functional space right there. This is bedroom number 1. And if you stay right there for a second, Jordan, I love the built-ins right there.
Yeah.
A lot of useful space. You got the casement windows. And then you've also got this upgraded carpet, which is very, very, I'd almost always recommend upgrading to this if you build a home. It's going to last much longer. It looks better and it makes the home feel a lot higher priced. Coming in here, we do have a Hollywood bath. So maybe you can show us in there. I'll meet you on the other side.
All right. Yeah. So each bedroom here is going to have have their own sink. Get your framed-in mirror, updated light fixture, walk-in closet, and then they're going to share the bathtub and the toilet. And that's beautiful tile all the way to the ceiling around that tub there. Where you at, Nick?
Come on through.
Come
on through.
Here's the next sink.
So bedroom number 2, casement windows in the front of the house, which is nice. By the way, I know we mentioned this in every video. There's a weather seal all the way around. They're more energy efficient. They crank open, which means you get full air coverage instead of sliding up where you just get a little bit. And on top of that, there's no bar in the middle. So there's a clear view. They look better in the front of the house. And of course, this isn't staged, but you do have a nice sized closet there. And Jordan, coming this way, we've got one more bedroom up here. This is actually a great guest bedroom suite. That's because you've got the private bathroom. So similar finishes, you do just have a light fixture on the ceiling there. And then you've got 2 nice windows on the back. Now, coming around this way.
This is a good size room too, Nick. It's really hard to tell without the staging, but definitely a good size. So kind of matching the same color scheme and everything else from those other bathrooms that were up here. It's got its own shower with a little sitting area and then the walk-in closet.
Now, third thing, I think they do very well in this plan, and not just because it's a model. It's not the hall closet or the linen closet, but I'm showing you that right now. It's the master suite. And I think suite is the only word you could describe this room with. It is huge. They carried the hardwood floors in. This is a formal sitting area. You've got the French door entry. Behind me is something we have not seen yet. This is a balcony off the master suite, which is really neat.
Yeah, that's really cool.
This really leverages the covered patio downstairs. I'm told it really only costs about $10,000, somewhere around that in late 2024 to do that. That price will certainly change over time. But you've got the composite decking, fortress rail. I talked with some of my clients, very easy to screen something like this in. But this is something that not many other people have, and it's something very unique on a 2-story floor plan. You're gonna have the master upstairs, you might as well have a balcony, right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Pretty neat. So let's turn around, let's take a look at the accent wall there.
Yeah, this room is massive. Like, I mean, you could work out in here, Nick.
Yeah, the gym up here. Well, I like, light fixtures, it all is based, it's all subjective. It's depending on, what you want to see. I like these just because it's something different that we typically don't see. I love the trim wall. I like that they did the darker enamel on that sliding farmhouse style door. I like that the hardware is exposed. And then the other thing, Jordan, is you got clear separation in the ceiling from the sitting area and the bed area of the room. So coming this way, there is a secret room. You've probably seen it if you've ever toured this. We'll show it to you in just a second. I like the kind of almost floating vanity that you do have the downlighting, smart mirrors, which these actually, Jordan Wave, these change colors, I think. That's all that I know that they do. I don't know anything else that they can do. I'm sure they can do a whole lot of stuff.
That's pretty cool.
You got the perfect area, a little bit of wainscoting trim around the bathroom. They used to do that back in the day to keep the space warmer. The wood was more insulation. So I think this is a nice kind of nod to a really traditional style home. Very dark. What do you think about that?
I like it. I don't know. Oh, there it goes. You guys can see it now.
Did that just go on automatically? I think it did.
I don't know. I was watching the screen. Was the light on? I was just, I was waiting for it.
But I do like that you've got the ledge back there. It is tile.
Yeah. You get the penny tile, well, penny hex tile on the floor. Really cool.
There will be no fighting over closet space here. This is a pretty nice sized closet.
Yep. Very deep, as wide as the whole master bedroom.
And then of course we've got the water closet and a second closet hidden behind the door. If you don't like the mirror, which in a water closet, I get that. If you don't want a mirror looking right back at you.
Yeah, I missed the...
They can do built-in shelves.
I missed the hidden part, Nick. So you just got your mirror.
So that's it.
Hidden in the water closet.
Yeah, you could do shelves there, which I'd probably prefer over the mirror. You know, I wouldn't want a mirror right there, but it's,
right.
It's pretty nice functionality.
They had shelves at the last one we toured.
They did. The other thing is, you know, I went back and forth with some of my clients, like, you know, that closet's nice space, but you know, do you really want to walk through? Well, there's nowhere else in the plan to put it. I like that you've got that there as an option though. So let's take a look at the laundry room. It's just around the corner.
Oh, all right. What do you think of that tile pattern? That caught my eye right away, Nick.
It's a trendy thing for powder rooms and laundry rooms is the kind of pattern tile there. I like the built-ins, nice granite on there.
Granite counter.
Again, I'm not a fan of granite. I think it ages homes, but that specific granite I think was a great choice.
I think it looks nice. There's not too much going on with it.
Like granite is a great material for a bar if you do like a dark granite.
I gotta show them this
Yeah.
accent ceiling real quick again, because I think that's super cool.
Yeah, I like the trim work there. Let's take a look at the basement, because I know if you're buying a 2-story home, the nice thing is you can finish the basement later on and it gives you a whole lot more square footage. So before we do that, once we're done with the basement, we're gonna come back up here. Jordan's gonna tell you his favorite thing. I'm gonna tell you my favorite thing about this plan. Before we do, any questions about building or buying a new construction home in the Kansas City suburbs, please go ahead and reach out. We know some of the best communities. We know which ones to kind of avoid. Same thing goes for the best builders, floor plans, lots, etc. It's easy to choose the wrong one or not know an option exists that ends up costing a whole lot of money. So reach out. It could save you a whole lot of money and time. Big thank you to the builder, Gabriel Homes. They do a great job. Also, big thank you to Liz and Jamie, the on-site agents. We'll leave the community website down below in the description. This can be built all around Johnson County right now. And I know that was a mouthful, but coming downstairs, we've got a true daylight window in the stairwell. Trim, you've got the upgraded engineered hardwood floors. It's gonna be a little dark, so I'm just warning you now.
So with the 2-story floor plan, the footprint is much smaller than a 1.5 story. So your basement space is not.
It's going to be smaller. And Jordan, I've had clients where they were dead set on a 2-story. They wanted that master upstairs. They had young children. I showed them a 1.5 story and they went with it just because the basement is so much bigger. So that's something you got to reach out. We can show you that difference and why it matters. But here is the layout down here. It would add about 700 square feet. You've got the full bedroom, egress window well right there. And then right here would be the full bath. So you've got your shower, your toilet, your sink area right there. It butts up against the unfinished storage, utility room. But everything from like about right here to that wall down there would be finished as a rec room area. It's possible you could do a wet bar right here. Personally, I'd love to use this little pocket of space back here. It might just be perfect for a closet, but for me, I'd probably want the TV facing that way so I can see from whoever's coming down the stairwell. So what I'd probably do if I finish this, I'd just go ahead and drywall this off. I'd forget this even exists. Or
I'd put some built-ins right there. If you're gonna put the TV right there, you could do a closet.
the TV up against this wall, you do a built-in in the middle.
No, you said you'd put the TV right here because you want.
I'd put the TV up against this wall.
Oh, you would?
So that's why I would close this off. I just don't know how you'd use it.
I think it's a closet, or you could recess built-ins.
Well, keep in mind, for it to be a closet, you've got the 2x4 framing. So this is a very small space once you do frame it in. But that's all up to you. If you finish the basement, everything's custom. That's the beauty of building with Gabriel Homes. Of course,
Yeah, guys, tell us what you would do with that little spot.
Of course, you can finish this off. Builders leave the extra materials, which is nice. And then right over here, you've got your formal storage area, which is still pretty good size for a 2-story. You got the water main, sump pump, and then you've got all your electronics that hook up right here. Now, once again, this home is priced at $815, just a little bit higher than that, but they can build this starting in the $650s. It's not gonna come with all the bells and whistles. The nice part about building is you get to pick and choose what matters most to you. I know if I was to build this house, Jordan, my favorite part, the balcony off the master. If you're gonna have a master on the 2nd story, which not the most popular anymore, a lot of people are wanting master on the main, but if you're gonna do that, leverage the space, get the balcony, it's screened in. I think it's unique, it adds a lot of value to the house, and when you go to sell this later on, who else has a balcony off their master on the 2nd floor? I think it's gonna sell faster because of that reason, and I think it's got a lot of value and just lives really well. But Jordan, what's your favorite part?
All right, so my favorite thing, with the McKenna in general, I'm just gonna say the whole 1st floor. Is that fair to say?
I think that's very fair.
So, I mean, as we showed you guys, as you walk in, you get the beautiful entry, office off to the front, and then the whole dining, kitchen, living area is just massive. It's all open, and it just looks really, really clean.
And that's what people love about it, right? There are like 4 or 5 just on this street alone. They've got 6 or 7 different elevations. You can do pretty much any style, but regardless, even if you do something super contemporary, like the outside of this one, you still get the perfect, traditional, family-friendly feel of this main floor. And with all of that said, let us know what's your favorite part of this plan. Would you do the balcony off the master? Would you finish the basement? Let us know in the comments below. Before you go, make sure to send us a message. Reach out, buying, building a home in Kansas City. It's what we specialize in. We're here to save you a whole lot of time and money. Of course, make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed it. 2 videos on the screen. One is our Southern Meadows community video, lowest prices in the Blue Valley School District, hard to beat. And right over here will be our full playlist of all the Southern Meadow videos. So click either here or here. We'll see you on the other side.